Hi everybody, and welcome to today's advanced class at SEDA College Online Live. I am your teacher Lydia, and this is part 2 of working from home vocabulary, part 2. So if you weren't here for yesterday's class, no problem, you can go back and watch it now. Or you can continue with this class and go back and watch yesterday's class at another time. All I know is both parts are great for you and really relevant to today's world, so check them out when you have time. I also want to remind everybody now, make sure, you have your pen, pencil, whatever it is you like to use to record your very important notes. Get it out, because especially for my class, you need to take notes as you go, because I ask you to do things with those notes. I ask you to write new sentences. I ask you to guess synonyms, similar words. So it's really important that you have your notebook and you make sure you do something with those notes and you're ready to go when I ask you to do the activity. Okay? So yeah, today we're talking about working from home, and I want to remind everybody as well that on SEDA College Online, we have some great courses. We also have one that I did before about phone etiquette. So when you're talking with people on the phone, how to be business professional on the phone. There's some great phrases and tips in there that if you're interested, you can subscribe to SEDA College Online for the other courses and check out that course and all the other great things we have there to offer. I also want to remind you about our podcast on Spotify, and I want to let you know that you are awesome because you're here today studying with us at SEDA College Online Live, and you should feel proud. You've done something really, really great. Okay, so yeah, it is time to go on to the next slide. And this is the video that we watched yesterday, so I just wanted to review it, look at it again for you guys so that you could remember some of the vocabulary in there that we're going to go over and give you another opportunity to ask me questions. If you have any questions about any of the vocabulary, you can put it in the comments and I'll check it out, okay? So let's give it another watch. Make sure the volume's all the way up. Awesome. We'll give it another watch right now.
In setting up the best system, we want to look at a schedule. Scheduling ourselves first thing in the morning by setting our alarm clock, taking our shower, dressing for work, the same pieces that would go into the puzzle of our morning routine if we were leaving the house. What we want to avoid is there's a trap of sleeping a little longer, maybe an extra hour, not showering, jumping up, being in our bathrobe, hitting the on button for our laptop, and then starting to work. Take out a pad, maybe it's a single sheet of paper, whatever works for you, and write down your 3 top priorities for the day. What are the tasks that you really need to accomplish today? How do you need to move your projects forward? And you can refer back to that as you may during the day fall down that digital rabbit hole. We want to be able to quickly access, hey, wait a second, I'm a little off track. Let me get my brain back on track and let me look at what it is that I really need to work on today. Take micro breaks. We know that when we take micro breaks, it actually relaxes our brain. And when we relax our brain, it re-energizes us, it re-engages us, and we make less errors. Go to the window, look outside, take a pad of paper over to a different chair, give yourself 5 minutes. Doodle. We've got to mix it up. We want to keep a schedule, and at the same time, we want to be flexible enough to mix it up. While it's tempting to turn on the television, maybe catch up on a favorite program, or it might feel really good to put a load or 2 of laundry in and get that done, you've got to remember that you're sticking to the schedule of I'm working from 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. You're not managing your home right now. You're managing business. Set the time that you're going to end your day. Don't let it drag. I'll do it after dinner, and then it's 8 o'clock, and then you say, well, I really need to finish this project, and then you go to 10 p.m., and then you go, oh my gosh, it's 10:30, but I'm not done with the project, and I said I was going to finish the project no matter what, and the next thing you know, it's 1 in the morning. So the way that you can make sure that you avoid that is set your start time, set your end time. It's like bookends. Make sure you've got 2 bookends to your day. You can go out and take a walk, even if you walk around a parking lot, even if you walk around your backyard or you walk through your neighborhood. But there are ways that we can make this work and we can still get exercise. We can take a bike ride. We can jump rope. You can buy a hula hoop. Maybe you want to turn on some music for 30 minutes and have a dance party. I've done that myself, and it's kind of fun. So you can do that. And again, it gets you more creative and more productive to finish your day and takes you out of that slump.
Slump. That's the last word she said. Take you out of that slump. So there's lots of great vocabulary words there that native speakers use all the time and would know. And yesterday we went over half of them, and now we're going over the other half. Okay, are you guys ready? Do you have your pen and paper and your notebook or pad ready to go? Great. Okay. So, do you know the following vocabulary? You're going to please use context clues to figure out what the definitions of these vocabulary words are. So again, we're going to use them in a sentence again. And by the context, by the situation of the sentence, the information around the word, you guys will be able to figure out what the definition is, or maybe a synonym. That's best. Try to think about a synonym. Don't do it as we're doing this. In the next slide, you'll be directed to do it then. So hold your horses, as we said yesterday. Stop. Wait a moment. Let's go through it all together. We'll practice some pronunciation, and then in the next slide, you'll get an opportunity to choose synonyms for the following vocabulary words or phrases. In this case, we have the first phrase, to be flexible. We heard the lovely lady in the Huffington Post video say that just in the last slide. We need to be flexible on the deadlines for Michelle's work because she is transitioning to work from home with her children home all day. Okay, so she used to work in the office and now she's going to work at home. She's making this transition. Probably not going to be easy, so we need to be flexible on the deadlines. Think about what that would mean, to be flexible. Maybe write it in your notebook and save posting it in the comments for the next slide, okay? Because I'll give you time for that. To mix it up, verb phrase. Mixing up your exercise can really help you be more spontaneous and creative in work. Mixing up your exercise can really help you be more spontaneous and creative in work. So maybe you want to be more creative and you need more inspiration. Mixing it up is your solution with exercise here. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize that exercise really helps the brain function properly because it's getting enough oxygen and you're getting your endorphins and all the other great stuff that happens inside of your body that I don't know about in depth because I'm not a science teacher. But I know all kinds of great stuff happens when you exercise, and so a lot of people know that mixing up your exercise can really help you be more creative. So think about what mixing up could mean, okay? Stick to the schedule or reschedule, okay? There's 2 words we're looking at here, a verb phrase actually and a verb. So if we don't stick to the schedule, everything will get pushed back and have to be rescheduled. And that's a nightmare for everyone involved. So she used stick to the schedule in the video as well. I'm going to say it really slow. Stick to the schedule. Schedule. Think the SCH. Think like SK. Schedule. Okay? Reschedule. Reschedule. If we don't stick to the schedule, everything will get pushed back and have to be rescheduled. And that's a nightmare for everyone involved. Awesome. Great job, everybody. I'm going to re-say the previous sentences as well and allow you to repeat after me, okay, for some pronunciation practice. We need to be flexible on the deadlines for Michelle's work because she is transitioning to work from home with her children. Home all day. So the children are there all day. Awesome. Mixing up your exercise can really help you be more spontaneous and creative in work. Awesome. Great job, guys. Okay, so in the next slide, you are going to choose another word you know, a similar word, a synonym, or a similar phrase to represent these new phrases, okay? And as usual, I'm going to give you some time, 3 minutes. We've got 4 words or phrases, and you can do it. I know you can. I'm going to set the timer and get us some tunes, some music. 3 minutes on the clock. Go. Music coming. Beautiful. That's it. You guys can do this. I know it. Go back to the words and phrases for a moment for you. Beautiful sunny day today in Dublin. Another minute. Remember, it's okay to use a dictionary if you want. I'm not behind you looking over your shoulder, but make sure you write everything down in your notebook so you remember. All right. That's it, guys. Awesome. So I'm going to check that out for you in the comments. Let's move on. All right. Do you know the following words or phrases? In this example on this slide, we're going to use the words and definitions given to write example sentences of your own at the next slide, okay? So please do that on the next slide. Save your examples and everything for now in your notebook, and then in the next slide, you can put them up in the comments for me, okay? Let's go through the explanations and definitions first. Set the or a time. This is a verb phrase. You can set a time or set the time. For example, in the video, the lady who was narrating said, set the time. Fix or agree on a specific time and date for something to happen. Fix or agree on a specific time and date for something to happen. Okay? So that means that when you fix something, you put it in place, you make it official. You maybe write it down in your planner or your diary, okay? You put it in a calendar. That means you're making it official, you're fixing it, or you're setting it in this case. We use the verb set. Set a time. Liaise. This word comes from French. Liaise. Verb. To connect and work together cooperatively. To connect and work together cooperatively. Liaise. Liaise. To speak up. Verb phrase. To increase the volume of your voice. To increase the volume of your voice, or to speak louder. Speak up. To bookend. Again, this was in the video. The lady used it in the video. It's a verb phrase. To sandwich, like 2 pieces of bread and meat and cheese in the middle, something, or to create a beginning and an end with something in the middle. Okay? To bookend. To bookend. All right? And before I ask you to go ahead and write example sentences, I'm going to go back to the last slide because I wanted to give you definitions for these phrases, and I forgot to do that before I moved on. So to be flexible is like to be relaxed or to be easygoing about something. To be relaxed or to be easygoing, okay? Remember, relax, ED, we don't pronounce that ed. It's like a T. To be relaxed or easygoing. To be flexible. To mix it up. Mix it up. Add some variety. Not the same thing all the time. New things. Variety. To stick to the schedule means to stay with your plan. To stay with your timetable. To stay with your schedule. Reschedule is to plan it again or put it in the timetable again or put it in your notebook again for a different time. Okay? So, for example, if you plan to go to the park and have a picnic and it rains, you have to reschedule for another day. Okay? Great. Awesome. Sorry about that. I thought I had done that and then I realized I hadn't. So let's go back. We have all these 4 phrases or words, and you have the definitions. I'll read one more time, and then I'm going to ask you in the next slide to write your own example sentence. So, set the time or set a time. Fix or agree on a specific time and date for something to happen. So notice every time there's a slash here, this punctuation I read as or. Fix or agree on. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. Anyway, fix or agree on a specific time and date for something to happen. Ooh, teacher's brain is a little scattered these days. Nowadays. Liaise, verb. Connect and work together cooperatively. To connect and work together cooperatively means liaise. To speak up. To increase the volume of your voice. To bookend. To sandwich something or create a beginning and an end with something in the middle. Okay? So number 2 is sandwiched in between 1 and 3. Just as an example, I didn't use bookend, I used sandwich so you could understand. All right, great. So it's your turn to take 3 minutes to write one sentence for each of the new vocabulary words. So you're going to have 3 sentences in total. If you're watching live, put it in the comments. I'll check it out. If you're not, write it in your notebook, and you're doing great, okay? I'm so proud of you guys. You're doing awesome. All right, great. Let's go back. It's your turn. And I'm going to get your timer. Forgot the password to my phone. Listen, everybody gets forgetful sometimes, and actually some of the smartest people are forgetful, I learned recently, so I'm going to remember that. All right, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's go, people. You got this. Oh no, what did I do? There we go. All right, music back. You got this, guys. I love it. Okay, I feel like we're almost out of time. Let me check. Oh, 50 seconds. Get that last sentence in there, that third sentence. You're doing great, everybody. Super, super awesome. So proud of you. You're all incredibly studious. Studious means you study a lot, and it's good to be studious. Alrighty. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. That's it, people. Well done. Great job. Okay. So, now we are going on to the next slide. Did you know or do you know the following words? Please use context clues, just like in the first one, to figure out what the definitions of these vocabulary words are. So try to think of the definition and then try to think of a similar word or synonym. And again, save it for the next slide, please. Let's do a little bit of practice first. Load. Load. It's a verb. Load. I keep getting a message that says loading, but I still can't see everyone. So imagine you're in a video conference call. I keep getting a message that says loading, but I still can't see everyone. What's happening? Okay. Repeat after me. I keep getting a message. Great. That says loading. Awesome. But I still can't see everyone. Great, guys. Right on. Freeze. Also a verb. The video has frozen, but the audio is okay. So I'm looking and I'm still trying to. The video has frozen, but the audio is okay. I can still hear you. Okay? Repeat after me. The video has frozen, but the audio is okay. Awesome. Okay, extra points for anybody who can tell me what form or what tense this verb is in here. Has frozen. Put it in the comments. All right. Slump. Slump. That's the last word the lovely lady in the Huffington Post video said. Slump. It's a noun. It's important to take micro breaks when working to avoid a slump in productivity due to burnout. So micro breaks we talked about yesterday, little mini breaks, little mini pauses in the process of doing something. Burnout we haven't talked about, and that's when you work so much that you just get so tired and overwhelmed and fatigued that you cannot function even close to your normal functionality. Okay? Burnout is not a good thing. That's why being a workaholic is not healthy. Okay. It's important to take micro breaks when working to avoid a slump in productivity due to burnout. Awesome. Okay, so next slide, you are going to tell me synonyms for these words and use them in a sentence if you want, okay? Your turn, another 3 minutes, and then we are done. So great job, everybody. As usual, you're superstars, and I love being here with you. It's such a privilege, and you should be super proud to be working so hard and studying so hard with us here at SEDA College Online in the live class. This is one of my favorites. Bach. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Alrighty. Leave the words up here. One synonym, one similar word for each of the new vocabulary words. And use one new words in a sentence if you can. Alrighty. I always wanted to play violin, like talking. Oh, I wish I could. Work, everybody. One minute, 15 seconds. See. 45 seconds. Push it. Push it. You got this. It's like doing a workout for your brain. Do. You can do. You can do. You can do this. Oh, I missed the end. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There she goes. All right. Guys, as usual, you are incredible. You are amazing. I'm going to give you short little definitions for these words, and we are going to call it quits. We're going to finish on a high note because we're doing amazing. All right, so load is when files like video or audio or whatever are transferred to a device. The traditional definition of load would be like if you have groceries in bags and you're putting them in the car, you're loading them into the car. So you're taking them from one place and transferring them into another. Okay? So think of it the same way when there's files on the internet or on a USB and you're putting them onto your computer. Or the software is trying to load so that your video comes up. All right. Freeze. That's like stand still and not move, okay? That really comes from water. When it gets very, very cold, it freezes into ice, right? And we use the same thing for like a picture or an image that was moving and then it stops. Okay, great. And then slump is to collapse or suddenly go down. So maybe you're standing up straight and then all of a sudden you slump down. Something goes down at a very rapid rate. So you could say your productivity, how much you produce, could slump or go down at a rapid rate if you don't take enough breaks and keep yourself energized. Those micro breaks, you need them. Awesome. Okay, guys, you've done incredible as usual. I am not surprised. And I want to thank you once again for joining us here at SEDA College Online Live for our live classes. Check out all the great stuff we have at sedacollegeonline.com. And come back and see me again tomorrow as we start our writing expository writing in an expository form, part 1. Okay? I'm passing down the knowledge to you that I have gained from my forefathers and many years of learning and experience, giving it to you on writing the best way you can. So if you don't like writing or you have trouble writing even in your own language, don't worry about it, my friends. This is going to help you not just with English, but with writing communication in general and build your confidence. Number 3, confidence. Super important. Well done, everybody. Pat yourselves on the back. Have a great day. Thank you for being here with me. I'm Teacher Lydia.